Hey guys, so if you're like me, occasionally you have a sweet tooth and you need to curb that without derailing yourself and not getting to your goals. So when you have those cravings, there's a lot of different food options that you can have that will satisfy your cravings and still be healthy and also keep your blood sugar levels so you're avoiding those big insulin spikes. So we have a whole grouping here of different options that you can have. So we're gonna start with these bars up in front. So anybody like chocolate? So this is some high quality Lily's chocolate. And what they use for the sweetener is an erythritol in there, which it's a sugar alcohol that most people do just fine with. Xylitol, erythritol, monk fruit, those are different sugar alcohols that are sugar options that work great. And this one here is pretty much the same thing, just in little chocolate chips. So this is fun. If you're really in that place where it's like, I need sweet and chocolate right now, you can grab a handful of those, throw those down. You can throw them in with a little peanut butter and get a spoon. And then that fat will also slow that down a little bit too. So lots of options with these little chocolate chips. I know you guys can get creative with those. In front here, we also have just some dried fruits, right? And we just look for quality, organic, avoid all the little pesticides. So just a little snack there. Laura bars, RX bars. So these bars we put out here just because they're low ingredients, right? There's only like 4 or 5 ingredients in each bar. And this can double as a snack, right? It's not just a craving thing to curb, but it's like, hey, if I'm out and about, I got a quick bar. If I'm in an emergency and I need some energy, that's a good option there too. And then going over here with our peanut butter, we have our apples. Green apple is gonna be a little lower in sugar than some of the red apples. Honeycrisp would be like the highest sugar. So a little apple is going to be like 15, 20 grams of carbohydrates. So not a ton of sugar or carbs in that. And then when you throw in the peanut butter, that fat slows it down, right? If you just have the sugar, your blood sugar spikes, your insulin spikes, fat burning turns off, right? And then you just get in this roller coaster. So you throw in that little bit of fat in there, that's going to it's going to take a lot longer to digest that. So it'll work a lot better with your body. And then moving on over here with our berries, we have this cocoa whip. So this does have a couple grams of sugar, but it's much, much lower than like a whipped cream. And it tastes amazing. So yeah, you just dip that little strawberry in there. And with that same idea, I created a little dip over here with the plain Greek yogurt. So this is more of like a high protein. So plain Greek yogurt, and then we brought in this chocolate collagen. So I usually pick this up over at Costco, and this is a fantastic tasting chocolate. So everybody I talk to absolutely loves the taste of this. And so I have multiple clients uses it for hot chocolate, right? And so it's just, they're getting that craving with that hot chocolate at nighttime. You can put it in with yogurt. You could also bring in some of this peanut butter into this chocolate and make that concoction also. You can put fruit in there. Great options with these products here. And then this guy in front here, this is stevia, right? Which is just a plant from Brazil, 200 times sweeter than sugar. It is not artificial. It's just a natural thing that does not spike your insulin levels either. So you can throw this into anything you have where you just need a little more sweetness that's not going to provide that sugar. So if you have your yogurt, boom, I can just take a little half dropper. It doesn't take a lot. Throw that in there, throw in some berries, and presto. And then also you have actual sugar alternatives. So this would be honey. And if you are gonna do honey, just do a little bit, right? It doesn't have to be 100% zero sugar in life, right? You can have just a good alternative. So this raw local honey is gonna help if you have allergies, because the bees are out there getting all the flowers, and you're getting just a small dose of that. So a little bit, right, in your coffee or whatever you're having, if you need that sweetness, or a little bit of quality maple syrup. And then in our drinks, you have kombucha. same thing, it has a little bit of sugar, lots of probiotics for your gut. So it's gonna give you a good, healthy gut. You have this guy here, a lot of sparkling waters that, a lot of different options out there. So just try different ones. You're gonna find something that tastes good, get that little bubbly thing going. And this is an electrolyte powder, Ultima. Very simple ingredients, very good. And for whatever reason, taste is amazing. So if you need some grape juice, you just have a Kool-Aid craving, that will take care of it. No sugar in it. And you're getting those electrolytes too, which is gonna give you energy. And one of my favorites is homemade ice cream. So after a couple years, I think I finally perfected this thing. So when I come home from work, I'm just like, make this, it satisfies that sweetness. So the thing with eggs, so I'm putting in, ice cream used to have like eggs in it, right? So the quality of eggs, so these eggs, right? I get these at Costco, and these are just the best tasting. The yolk is rich, it's really good. So I just put 4 eggs in here, and this is your liquid. So you gotta get enough eggs in there to get enough liquid to blend this thing. And again, this is over years of perfecting this. And some people think like, well, what about salmonella? What about getting sick? And so all these store-bought eggs have to be pasteurized, right? They have to be, they can't have salmonella on them. So salmonella is always on the outer part of the shell too, with chickens that are just in horrible raised situations. So these are good farms and they're pasteurized, so it's not gonna be an issue. So I'll start with this, 4 eggs there. So I got some good protein in there. That's about 24 grams of protein. And then I'll throw in this collagen in here. So I'll just do 2 scoops of this. And then that brings your sweetness and your chocolate in there. And it literally is just so good. And then last ingredient, right? It's simple. I just grab some organic frozen berries. Same thing, I try to go organic just because of all the pesticides that are used. And you just put enough in there that's gonna create that perfect texture, and they just have to be frozen. I've tried this with ice and it just doesn't work out. It doesn't end up being ice cream, but the frozen berries, it's amazing. So there we go. Okay.
Don't forget that.
My little
Yeah.
plunger here thing. Okay, so my berries have defrosted a little bit, so it's probably not going to be as ice creamy, but I think it's pretty close. So let's check out the texture here. So yeah, that's good. We're good to go. So absolutely, taste is amazing, and your kids will love it, and nobody will know that you put in like healthy stuff, and then there's not a lot of sugar. So I think that should give you a few different options. So you take care of those cravings, you should be good to go, and you don't have to splurge and ruin your plans. So, all right.